Daniel Defense PDW, y'all. Let's get it. Here is actually a All right, y'all, so welcome back to my channel. If you have already been here, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you guys stopping in, coming through, checking out what I got to offer. I've been under the weather a little bit, so I've been a little bit slacking on the videos, so I apologize for that, but I'm back in order now. So I ended up picking up a new piece, and I wanted to show you guys what I got. Now, before we get into it, and I know you guys saw the title of the in the thumbnail on what the piece is, but just to give you a little quick background, I have been looking at this gun for quite some time. I would see it here and there, see other YouTube videos on it, and was always really interested in getting it, just kind of never did. Went to one of my local gun dealers just yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I was actually looking at the IWI Galil and really thinking about getting the Galil. And I was kind of going back and forth between the two, and I ended up settling on the Daniel Defense PDW. And I'll maybe get into that as to why a little bit later down the road. But I did end up getting the Daniel Defense DDM4 PDW. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the weapon and talk about it a little bit. This is going to be kind of like my first impressions and first thoughts on the gun as I somewhat unbox it. All right, so let's get it. All right, so first things first, when you purchase this weapon, they give you Daniel Defense. First of all, Daniel Defense, if any of you guys are familiar with Daniel Defense, you know that they do sell pretty high quality weapons. So when you first buy it, they do give you a decent case, and the case is pretty large, much bigger than the gun itself, but it is a pretty good case that you can use to take it to the range. Whether or not it would make it through maybe on airlines, I'm not certain. I haven't really looked at it that thoroughly, but they do give you a pretty good plastic case that comes with it. And then inside of that case is some of your basic stuff. They give you a package that has one of the basic locks that you get normally, the Daniel Defense instruction booklet for the weapon itself. And they also give you one 30-round Magpul 300 Blackout magazine. Also, in addition to that, they give you a second buffer spring. So you have a buffer spring that's in it, and also this one that you can switch out depending on whether or not you're shooting it subsonic or sonic or supersonic. So if you're shooting it suppressed, you might have to make a switch in terms of the buffer spring, but they do give you the two options, which is pretty nice. All right, so on to the pistol itself. So again, I have been looking at this gun for quite some time. Y'all know I like good looking guns and guns that function well, and this gun definitely is a looker. It does look good. It's very small, very compact. And again, for those of you that don't know, this is the Daniel Defense DDM4 PDW, personal defense weapon in the 300 Blackout. I have been looking for something in 300 Blackout for quite some time. Again, I have been looking at this particular weapon specifically, so I ended up getting it yesterday. But I'm gonna do a quick breakdown of this weapon in terms of looking at it, what it all comes with, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna kind of keep this one short. I'm gonna bring it back to you once I get it to the range, and I'll have some range footage for you as well, so you can actually see me shoot it, and then I can give you my thoughts based on that. So first, starting maybe just from the front and moving down. First of all, it is a 7-inch barrel, hammer forge barrel that comes with this weapon, which is nice, and it has a 1-in-7 twist, which is good for shooting things shooting the 300 Blackout in sonic or subsonic ends as well as supersonic. It kind of gives you that balance. It is chrome lined, the barrel, as well. They also give you a compensator up front but you can remove this and you can suppress this. For those of you guys that know a lot about 300 Blackout, 300 Blackout is notorious for being able to be suppressed in a very good way. And I've heard that if you suppress this particular gun and then you shoot subsonic ammunition, it's basically ninja quiet. So I am at some point or another going to remove this compensator and actually suppress this as well. All right. So also in addition to the 7-inch barrel and the suppressor, or I'm sorry, and the compensator, there is a 6-inch M-lock rail system here, and I'll try to get that up close to the camera for you. It's a nice looking, sturdy, very solid feeling M-lock rail here. It just looks good, feels good, all of that. So at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, you do have M-lock connectors here. You can put some different accessories on it. Across the top, you do have a Picatinny rail across the top of the upper and lower. So all the way across, full length. So if you want to add some things here, and I'll talk about what I added to it thus far. There are also T markings on the Picatinny rail as well for those of you who like to use the T marks as well. All right. So moving right down the pistol itself. Again, like I said, you do get a a Magpul 300 Blackout 30-round magazine, which is pretty cool. I am going to purchase some additional of these magazines as well to go with it. So it's pretty cool. As far as the grip is concerned, it does have that Daniel Defense grip, which in my opinion is very ergonomic. It's kind of like a rubberized coating on it as far as the texture is concerned and the grip is concerned. Aesthetically pleasing, as well as ergonomic in the hand as well. This can be changed out. If you do change it out though, you will have to change the trigger guard as well because it is connected to the grip. But I love it. And under the bottom it has that Daniel Defense logo, the DD, which also looks good as well. All right. As far as controls are concerned, you do have your safety here, your safety throw. It's an ambi safety, like most ARs on both sides. So your typical, safety for an AR-15. All right. As far as the magazine release, typical AR-15 style button. You just press it, magazine falls out, switch it out. All right. So that's over on the right side. So that's there as well. As far as the magazine, the bolt catch, there is a pretty decent sized paddle there. Easy to use, easy to access, very functional. I'm gonna take this magazine out. Back here you have an ambi charging handle, all right, that you can pull back and you're good to go. And I will pull that back and lock it so that you can see that paddle. All right, so the paddle is pretty easy to access, pretty large, and it releases that bolt group. All right, so there's that. Also moving right along, like I said, this is I think it's considered an oversized AMB charging handle. Real easy to use, works well, pretty good quality. As far as the pistol brace is concerned, there is a Maxim Defense pistol brace on here, which I think in itself, if you buy these individually, they're a few $100s. Very solid, very sturdy, and it does have 3 positions. And there is a button here that releases, and you can adjust based off of that, okay? And then there's your extended all the way out. Now when I hold it and when I shoot it, I'm sure I'm gonna probably, in most cases, use the furthest extension. It just feels pretty comfortable on my frame, all right? And then to adjust that back and bring that brace back in, you just press the button and push it back in, all right? You do have a sling connector under here as well, where you can connect the sling if you want. Also at the front, and I think I forgot to tell you guys this, at the front there is an aluminum hand stop there as well that comes stock on the gun as well. You definitely, with such a short barrel, you don't want your hand to come out in front of that barrel and catch one of those rounds. So there is a stop there, so I definitely recommend keeping that there. I will keep that on as a safety mechanism, and it doesn't look bad either. All right. Okay, so also in addition to that, what did I add to this? How am I running this right now? Right now I have a Holosun 403C 2 MOA dot. Running this here on the Picatinny rail as well. I really like the Holosun 403C, so I do have that up there. And this is also the one that has that solar as well, the solar battery backup, which is pretty cool as well. So I am running that. Over here on the top at the front of the barrel on the Picatinny rail, I'm running a Streamlight TLR1, and this is actually one I already own. I just kind of put it up here because I haven't bought a light for it yet. Haven't quite decided on how I'm going to run a light, so I do just have this up here for now at the front, which isn't bad because it's easily accessible. I can access that with my thumb, whether I want the constant on or the temporary on, or double tap that and get the strobe as well. So it's pretty easy in that configuration to use. I may leave it there, I'm not sure. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is either using this or some other type of tactical switch with maybe a pressure pad and just grabbing an M-LOK rail here on one side or the other and putting the light on that side, and then getting some Magpul flip up, flip down sights as well, backup sights, iron sights as well, to co-witness with the Holosun. That's probably what I'm gonna do, but just not sure yet. All right. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I'm giving you on this video. Once I shoot it, once I take it to the range, I'm gonna come back and give you my second thoughts on it. I'm also gonna give you some range footage so that you can see me actually shooting it. I haven't purchased any 300 Blackout rounds just yet, but I plan to in the next day or two. So that's kind of where it is. So guys, again, this is the Daniel Defense DDM4 PDW in 300 Blackout. Excited to shoot this thing. Not only does it look good, but it just feels good in the hand. It's very, very small altogether, as a package can fit in a backpack. And when I say a backpack, I'm gonna be honest with you, not a small backpack, but one of your larger size backpacks you can get this into very comfortably. But it's very solid, feels really good. So I'm expecting good things out of this. I'm hoping that this turns out to be a winner, because as of right now, I really like it. All right. So there you have it. I'll get back to you once I get more information on this gun. Drop some lines down in that comment section if you already have one of these, or if you have something that's small like this that shoots 300 Blackout, and you have some tips and tricks regarding that. Leave it down in the comment sections. Myself and anybody else reading them will be happy to hear what you got to say. All right, folks. Well, that's it. I will definitely see you on the next one. Do me a favor, if you have not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That's the real subscription button, because you'll get notified every time I put out new content. All right. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like this content as well. I appreciate that. Helps me with the algorithm and my channel grow as well. All right. That's it, folks. That's all I got for you. Like I always say, if you ain't packing, you slacking. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.